Hello, everybody.
Right, we have one person that has friends or family here, and that's Eric Gammon. So let me see Mr. Gammon's first. Mr. Gammon's your mother and sister and the family members here on your behalf. Mr. Gammon's, you're accused of one count of possession of cocaine. Mr. Gammon's, there is probable cause in the complaint. I read the complaint. Mr. Gammon's, but more concerning is I believe that law enforcement has some additional information about potential federal charges. Mr. Mitchell, I was contacted yesterday and I suggested they contact your office so you can make everybody aware.
Yes, Your Honor. Captain Pelfrey with the Jackson County Sheriff's Office contacted us and said they've been in contact with the U.S. Attorney's Office and that if it hasn't already been signed, a federal warrant for this case should be signed sometime this morning.
And that is not, this complaint doesn't appear to be a federal amount of drugs, or is it this complaint?
It's a different one.
There's a different incident.
Yes, there's a different incident where I don't want to go too much into the facts of the case, but it's not related to this right here.
So this one was supposedly May 4th, 2 days ago, but then there was something yesterday.
Yes, there was something yesterday where they found a considerable amount of drugs on him.
So what are you asking me to do then, Mr. Mitchell, given that?
We would say that you hold him, we request that you hold him for 24 hours so that we can make sure that that federal warrant is signed today. And then if it hasn't been, you can just give him a reasonable bond under those circumstances.
Mr. McDaniel, what's your position?
We just asked for a bond, and if if you want to hold the bond, it can't be released until tomorrow, that's fine. But if the Fed's they're going to do whatever they do. It may take them a month. They're not usually speedy about anything. I know you say it'll probably be today or tomorrow, but I've never known them to get in a hurry to do anything. So it could be a month from now. It could be 6 months from now.
Mr. McDaniel, I think that's a reasonable middle ground. Mr. Gammon, I'm going to set you the normal bond I would set for this charge, which is $5,000 cash or surety with a condition of random urinalysis. If you do post a bond, you have a condition of random urinalysis. However, based upon the possibility of you having federal charges coming, I'm going to direct that your bond, you not be able to post the bond, or if you post it, you won't be released until tomorrow morning at 8:30. That's essentially 24 hours, a little less than 24 hours from now. So if they don't have a warrant by tomorrow, have the right to post bond and you'll be released. Obviously, there's no point in posting bond to see what happens. If they do charge him federally, then he's got a decision to make, and the state's got a decision to make. Mr. Mitchell, at this early stage, if the federal warrant comes through, have you decided if y'all going to defer to them and ask for some type of release on this so it can go deal with that or not?
I haven't spoken with any of the felony attorneys yet, so I can't make a decision.
So let's just do it this way. Let's go ahead and put him on the first appearance list for tomorrow, because let me clarify. If there's a federal warrant, put him on the first appearance list, Corporal, yes. Because I need Mr. Mitchell and Mr. Gammon. I don't want his family wasting money. If the state's not going to go forward with this state charge, or they're going to agree to an ROR so they can go deal with the federal charge first, then we need to know that. If they intend to go forward with the state charge, then Mr. Gammon's family would have the right to post a bond on the state charge. So I'll see you tomorrow morning at first appearance, Mr. Gammon's. If there is a federal charge, if there's no federal charge, then you can post bond and be released. Family have any questions? All right, thank you.
And I just wanted to give you an update, at least while we're on record and on Zoom, the federal warrant has been signed.
Okay.
For Mr. Gammon's.
I can bring him back in here. Well, I guess Jake's got to talk to the process. Jake need to talk to the felony attorneys and see what they can do.
Actually, let's do this. So since his family's already left, Corporal Jones.
Yes.
Corporal Jones, can you let Mr. Gammons know that the federal warrant has been signed? But I still need he can come on in if he's standing right there. Mr. Gammons, Mr. Mitchell's just notified me that there has been a federal warrant signed. So I will see you at first appearance tomorrow. We'll know a couple of things. We'll know hopefully the state's position on the local charges. And number two, we'll find out that federal warrant has a bond on it or not. Normally they don't have a bond until you get before a magistrate. But I'll see you in the morning, Mr. Gammons, okay?
All
right. We've got one person that has friends or family here, and he actually is first on the docket. I'm not sure if he's still in county custody. Eric Gammons.
He is, Your Honor.
So Great. Mr. Gammons, come on up. Mr. Gammons, your father's here this morning. So Corporal Jones, Mr. Mitchell told us yesterday there had been a warrant signed. Have you heard from the federal authorities yet?
Not yet. I have heard that it is signed and ready, but I have not seen it. I don't have it in my possession, so I can't say other than that.
Okay, so Mr. Mitchell, what's the state's position?
Your Honor, on the local charges, which is the possession of crack cocaine, the state's not going to proceed on that because of the federal charges that he has pending.
Okay, so is your preference for me to give him an ROR on that? Or are you going to go ahead and dismiss that, or do you want?
I
What's
think
your-
for right now, just ROR him on those local charge.
Mr. McDaniel, any input?
No, Your Honor.
So what I'm gonna do, Mr. Gammons, is I'm gonna give you a release on your own recognizance on the state charges, on the local charges in Jackson County, which was possession charge, possession of cocaine. That is, that means the jail will be notifying the federal authorities today that you're being released and you have no local holds, and it's up to them to pick you up. So Mr. Gammons, once they pick you up, you'll go before a U.S. magistrate. From what I've been told, there's a warrant signed. You'll go before a magistrate, and that magistrate will address your bond situation. Mr. Gammons, do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
Mr. Gammons in the courtroom, do you have any questions, sir? All right, Mr. Gammons, wish you the best. Thank you for coming, sir. I believe the next case we have is Jamar Masseline. Mr. Masseline, good morning. You're here because you've been accused of one count of possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, one count of child neglect, and one count of resisting an officer without violence. There is probable cause in the complaint, Mr. Masseline. And I believe when I looked at the criminal history, you're actually already on probation out of, I think it may have been Washington County. Are you on supervision now, Mr. Masseline?
Yes, sir. I'm on probation in Washington County. Yes, sir.
Washington County. I thought it was Washington. So, Mr. Masseline, I'm
Well,
gonna set
I
you
mean,
a
it's
bond, but listen,
probation over.
listen to the attorneys, and then I'll see if you have any questions in just a moment. Mr. McDaniel, anything before I set that bond?
Your Honor, no, nothing. We just asked for reasonable bond.
Mr. Mitchell?
We request a hold for 10 days to at least get in contact with state probation.
He is on probation in 22-143 CF out of Washington County, according to the DOC website, 22-143. It's a burglary charge, if my memory's right. So, Mr. Masseline, I'm going to set you a bond on the possession with intent to distribute marijuana
I'm on probation.
at $10,000. The neglect of a child at $10,000. Those are felony charges. The resisting without violence at $5,000. So your total bond today is $25,000 cash or surety. Do not try to post that bond though, because when someone's arrested and they're already on probation, I hold them 10 days. I'm going to ask Mr. Mitchell to notify the probation office of your arrest. We'll see if the Washington County judge issues a warrant or not. If he or she does, it'll be his or her decision whether or not they put a bond on it. Mr. Masseline, you may know this. A lot of times when there's a new arrest for a felony, the VOP warrant doesn't have a bond. So I'll see you in
Yes,
10
sir.
days. If there's no warrant, I'll release that hold. You'll be free to post the bond here. If there is a warrant, well, then we'll honor it. Do you have any questions, sir?
Yes, sir. I do have a question. So
Okay.
if Washington County does violate my probation in 10 days, how will that work? Will I have to bond out here, then go over there, or will they just come get me?
It's a good question. So first of all, I forgot to say random year analysis is part of your bond here. So the answer to your question is this. If they have what I think is going to happen, what usually happens is they will have a no bond warrant within 10 days. That's very common. And if they do, you've got a decision to make. Your decision is deal with your charge here first, in which case you would not post bond. You just deal with your charge here. And then you would go to Washington County afterwards. Option number two is to go ahead and post bond here. The only reason to do that is if you wanted to resolve your Washington County case first. So if you post
Yeah, yes,
bond
sir.
here, you would
I
go to
do wanna do
Washington
that.
County, resolve the VOSP, and then you still got to come back here for court. You wouldn't necessarily come back to jail because you've been posted bond at that point.
Yeah, if I posted
So
bond, I'll
it's
be out
up-
on bond. Yes. Yes, sir.
It's kind of up to you which one you deal with first. Typically, they're going, if the violation is based on the new charge, or if that's the primary violation, they need to deal with that first, because whether you're innocent or guilty of the new charge will affect whether or not they violate your probation. If the violation is based upon other things like not reporting or not going to counseling or something, then you may get your probation violated even if the new case is dismissed. So we'll see what the violation, when you come back to court, you'll know, number one, is there a warrant? And number two, are they accusing you of anything other than the new charge? So that'd be
Oh,
a
no,
factor for you to take into account.
It's just new
As of right
charges,
now,
yeah.
that's all you know about, but we'll see within 10 days. Any other questions?
Yes, sir.
Have a good day, sir.
Your Honor, what about condition of no contact with the child?
The come on back up so you can hear that conversation. So let me, the allegation is he was, so the state's asking for a condition, no contact with a child. Let's start with this. Is the child that's allegedly subject to this charge, is that your child, Mr. Masseline?
Yes, sir. That's my son.
Okay. So I know it was something about a child not in the car seat and he allegedly ran on foot, but I think that there was allegedly drugs in the car and that was the basis for the child neglect.
Thinking,
I signed the warrant a couple of weeks ago. I think it was last week maybe. So let me look at the case here. Mr. Mitchell, you're about to say something.
I'm saying if that's the basis for the neglect of child, I think the random UA should be sufficient enough for a bond condition in that situation.
I think that the physical relationship between the child and the alleged drugs was the basis for the charge. It wasn't
Anything
other
else.
substances. I don't think he was driving recklessly with the child in the car. I don't think that was it. Let's see. Due to marijuana being located at the child's feet and the child not being properly restrained in the vehicle. So I guess the officer's theory that I found probable cause for was the child was not restrained and could have gotten to the drugs. So given that, that's the basis for the child neglect. What's your request, Mr. Mitchell?
Yeah, if that's the basis for the child neglect, the random UA should suffice.
Okay, so I'm not going to put condition, no contact with the child on this particular alleged fact pattern, but we'll see what happens with the VOP, okay? We have someone just came in the courtroom. Let me see if it's for one of the cases we've already heard this morning. Ma'am, are you here for a first appearance case? For who? Is that the other courtroom?
Arraignments.
Hang on just a second, ma'am. Okay, Mr. Mitchell's saying it's the other courtroom. You're saying it's not. Okay.
Oh, never mind.
Are you Alicia Martin?
That's fine.
So just a second, Ms. Martin, we'll see what's going on. Mr. McDaniel, we have Ms. Martin here. But before we get to her, anything else from the jail?
No, Your Honor.
Come on up.
No, sir.
Come on up, ma'am. Corporal Jones, anything else from you that you're aware of, sir?
No, sir, nothing I'm aware of.
All right. So this is State of Florida versus Alicia Martin. Ms. Martin, give me a second to get to your case. Have you been in the other courtroom this morning?
Yes, I went down there by accident.
Okay.
What's that case number?
25-82 CT.
Because I didn't.
Just a minute. Y'all just wait just a minute. I need to read it first. Just a minute. So Ms. Martin entered a plea to no valid driver's license in case 25-82 back on March 3rd. And the sentence was 10 days in jail, but she would not serve that as long as she paid the standard court costs and fines. They were $300 and they were due by yesterday, May 5th. And if she didn't get them paid by yesterday, she was to be in court this morning at 8:30 to explain, possibly ask for an extension. And she was told the normal language, I'm sure. If she pays something, then it's more likely to get an extension than if she shows up and has paid nothing. So what were you saying, Dawn?
She has not paid me anything. Someone called our office this morning at 8:20 trying to make a payment for her. And they were told that we can't take payment. It will due. All the amount was due yesterday or be in court today. And so she was calling for her. It wasn't even this one.
So Ms. Martin, tell me what's going on. What are you asking for, ma'am?
I'm asking for more time because yesterday when my daughter's grandma got off, she had the money to come pay. She didn't get off in time to bring the money up here, part of it, because I didn't have the full 200. I was working.
Wait. You said 200. Does that mean you got your license back?
I don't know. You said to use the other 100 to get my license.
It was
finished.
It was 300. If you got your license, it was going to be 200.
Okay.
So did you get your license?
No.
So it's not 200, it's 300 because you didn't get your license.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
You haven't got your license, correct?
I do not have one.
Okay, so go ahead, please.
The reason for me not having them in the time that you said to have them and everything is because I was working at the Burger King and living in the hotel at the residence, and the hours were so short I couldn't even pay the rent every month. I don't know. I need more time.
Okay, so you've had 2 months. So my question for you is, what's your employment situation now?
Well, because I lost the job at Burger King and I got on at Hardee's the day I lost the job. and they didn't start working me in time to get a check to keep staying there. So I got kicked out. And right now I'm staying with a friend in Graceville. I
Okay.
just put in applications. I don't know.
And so you're working at which Hardee's, Graceville or Mariana?
I was working in Mariana, but I don't stay here anymore. I just moved to Graceville.
So you couldn't get back and forth to work. Okay. So what about, you were going to try to make a payment today, a partial payment. Is that
Yes.
right?
Yes, I need to speak with my boss from Hardee's in Mariana to see what's going on with my login to get my paycheck. And then the 100 from my daughter's grandma, she was gonna put 100 towards it to help me out.
Okay, well,
And
is she
then
here? Is she here?
She's at work. She works at the nursing home.
So how did you get here today?
Who I stay with in Graceville brought me here.
Where are they at?
They left. They went back. They had stuff to do.
So what are you gonna do?
When I leave here,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to wait here in Mariana till they're done doing what they had to do. And
They're
then
still
come
in
back.
town,
They went back to Graceville.
so they got to come back and pick you up at some
Mhm.
point. Okay. So here's my question for you. I understand you're having a financial difficulty and I appreciate that. My question is, what does an extension accomplish? What are we accomplishing here if I give you another 2 weeks or another 30 days?
And kids,
You think you can get it done in that time? Really, we just spinning our wheels here?
I think I can as long as because I done put in a few applications. I'm sure I'm gonna get the job. I already spoke with one of the managers at Hardee's in Graceville.
But is that going to give you enough time to get a job and then get paid?
3 weeks is less than, I know that's less than 30 days. It gives me enough time to get one paycheck at least.
How many shifts did you work at Hardee's that you're owed for?
Just one.
One
Just one
shift,
paycheck worth.
one paycheck or one day?
One for my video. The videos that you do when you start, it's not gonna be $100, but I know it'll be $80.
All you did was watch the
on there.
videos. You never
Yes.
actually got to work.
No,
So
they
did you just
never
work
started.
one day,
Yes.
a full day or part of a day?
I think I was there for 4 hours.
Okay.
They never called, like I called them every day. I have records showing where I called into them every day. You can ask the employees or anything. I mean, that-
Okay. All right, so Mr. Mitchell, anything?
I was working at Burger King for 2 months though.
Nothing
I
for
was
the
there
state,
for
Your
2
Honor.
When can you pay the $100 to try to get this knocked down some? You said you could pay the $100 that I think you said your grandmother
Today,
can pay that today.
yes.
Okay. So what I'll do is this, I'm gonna give you a 30-day extension with the understanding that you're gonna pay $100 by 4 o'clock today.
Okay,
So that would make it, instead of being 300, it'd only be 200 left.
okay,
Okay, so you'd have $200 to get the rest of it paid. You also have the opportunity to do community service during that 30 days. Now, since you're living in Graceville, that community service can be done at any nonprofit agency. So since you're in Graceville, you may want to find a nonprofit agency in Graceville, because when you come back in 30 days and you say, Judge, I need some more time, if you don't get it paid, you show back up and say, Judge, I need more time. My question is going to be, have you done community service instead? Because if you haven't done community service and you haven't paid, then you're just going to do your jail sentence. That's all there is to it. Okay. So you either get it paid within 30 days or do community service. It's $10 an hour. Actually, we do it at $15 an hour now, 13 and a half hours. Mr. Goodson's good with money and numbers.
that's how many hours I would need to do.
That's why he's so wealthy. He's extremely good with numbers and his portfolio reflects that.
And good with turkey hunting.
So pay the $200, pay the $100 by 4 o'clock today. 30 days to either do, how many hours? 13 and a half hours of community service at a nonprofit agency of your choice and get proof to the clerk, or pay the other 200. So if you're not working, just do the community service and
Okay,
you're getting $15 an hour. You're not actually getting the money in your pocket, but you're getting $15 an hour credit to do the 13 and a half hours, and that'll take care of the remaining 200.
okay,
Okay. You got to either have it paid or turn into community service hours, which they'll verify. They'll call the nonprofit agency. Ms. Williams is preparing a form right now. They're going to call them. When you turn this in, they're going to call them and verify you did the hours. Nonprofit agencies usually are churches, sometimes hospitals, cities or towns are normally nonprofit agencies. What am I forgetting?
Right.
So as long as it's a nonprofit agency, it can't be your cousin's lawn care business. You help him or her for a day. It's got to be a nonprofit agency for you to get credit. But get the hours done or get it paid within 30 days. And that due date is what?
It's due to be paid by June 9th.
Or be in court the 10th. So it's got to be paid by June 9th, or have your hours turned in by June 9th, either one. Or be in court June 10th to start serving your 10 days, or give me the reason why it's not paid. Okay? I'm forgetting something. If she doesn't pay that $100 a day by 4 o'clock, please let me know at first appearance tomorrow. Do you have any questions? Thank you for coming in. If you wouldn't have shown up today, all I can do is issue a warrant for your arrest. So by coming in today, you prevented that from happening. Okay, so you bought yourself another 30 days by showing up today. So just get the community service hours done or get it paid. It's too late to get a license now, so that doesn't help you anymore. So you need to focus on the community service hours. It helps you, but it doesn't help you with this fine.
Okay.
You need to focus on the community service hours or the getting it paid.
Okay.
But get your, the $100 paid today. ALYCIA.
Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.